Have you ever looked at someone who seems perfectly fine on the outside, but you had a gut feeling they were fighting a battle nobody could see? It might be the coworker who is always the first to crack a joke, or the friend whose life on social media looks flawless. What if, sometimes, that person is you? There's a kind of struggle that doesn't always show up as tears or sadness. It's a quiet, heavy fog that can settle over someone's life, tinting everything in shades of gray. It's an experience filled with strange paradoxes and subtle truths that are almost impossible to explain to those who haven't been there. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 10 things that only people who have navigated these dark waters truly understand. And the last one is a secret so profound, it changes how you see strength forever. Number 1. The exhaustion that sleep can't fix. This isn't your typical "I need more coffee" tiredness. This is a bone-deep, cellular exhaustion that feels like a debt you can never repay. You can sleep for 8, 10, even 12 hours, and wake up feeling like you've run a marathon in your dreams, with the mental equivalent of mud on your boots. The world thinks of struggling as being hyper-emotional, but often, its primary symptom is a profound, unshakable lack of energy. The psychology behind this is fascinating. Your brain, when it's in a state of persistent stress or emotional turmoil, is working overtime. Specifically, the amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, is on high alert, constantly scanning for danger even when none exists. This nonstop vigilance is like running a dozen complex software programs in the background of your computer. Even when you're doing nothing, your mind is processing, worrying, and fighting. This massive cognitive load drains your physical energy reserves. It's not laziness, it's a biological shutdown. Imagine you have a phone that's constantly searching for a signal in a dead zone. The battery will drain in a few hours, even if you never make a single call. That's your body during a silent struggle. It's a fatigue that feels fundamentally different from the satisfying tiredness you get after a long hike or a productive day. Number 2. The heavy weight of the happy mask. For many who are struggling internally, their most practiced skill is acting. They become masters of disguise, wearing a happy mask to get through the day. They're the ones cracking jokes at the office, asking how your weekend was with genuine-sounding interest, and smiling so convincingly it could win an award. But underneath, it feels like they're holding up a 100-pound weight with muscles that are screaming in protest. This isn't about being fake, it's a survival mechanism. The effort it takes to appear normal is immense. Think about a time you had to be polite at a family dinner you really didn't want to be at. Now, multiply that feeling by 1,000 and imagine it lasting all day, every day. The fear of being a burden, of bringing others down, or of facing judgment is so powerful that it's easier to perform happiness than to explain the emptiness. The saddest part is that the better they are at wearing the mask, the more isolated they feel. Over time, the mask gets heavier, feeling less like a tool and more like it's fused to their face. A new fear emerges: what if I take it off, and nobody likes what's underneath? Or even worse, what if I take it off, and nobody even notices the difference? Number 3. The nothing answer. What's wrong? It's a simple question, usually asked with the best intentions. But for someone in the thick of it, it's the hardest question in the world to answer. So, the default response becomes a quiet nothing or a dismissive "I'm just tired." Here's why. It's not one thing that's wrong, it's everything and nothing all at once. How do you explain that the color has drained from your world? Or that you feel a sense of dread for no specific reason? Trying to explain it feels like trying to point to the single snowflake that started an avalanche. It's a cascade of 1,000 tiny, imperceptible shifts that led to this overwhelming state. There isn't a neat, tidy "'cause you can point to. Explaining it would require a level of energy and vulnerability you simply don't have. It would mean translating a deeply abstract, nonverbal feeling into concrete words, a task that feels impossible. So, nothing becomes a shield, protecting you from a conversation you can't handle and protecting the other person from an answer they likely wouldn't understand. Number 4. The monumental effort of basic tasks. Showering. Brushing your teeth. making a simple meal, answering an email. To most people, these are automatic, thoughtless parts of a daily routine. But when you're navigating a deep internal struggle, these tasks can feel like climbing a mountain. It's a concept known as decision fatigue on an extreme scale, combined with a lack of what psychologists call activation energy. The psychological resources required to initiate an action are depleted. Your brain's executive function, the part responsible for planning and starting tasks, is impaired. Imagine you start each day with only 5 units of energy, when you used to have 100. Just getting out of bed costs 2 units. Deciding what to eat costs another. The thought of showering costs another. You run out of energy before your day has even truly begun. It's not that you don't want to be clean or fed. It's that the gap between thinking I should shower and actually getting into the shower feels like an impassable chasm. It's a profound, invisible paralysis that others can easily mistake for laziness. If you've ever stared at a sink full of dishes and felt so overwhelmed that you had to walk away, you've tasted a tiny fraction of this feeling. Number 5. The strange comfort in sadness. This is one of the most misunderstood aspects. When you're feeling incredibly low, why would you listen to sad music or watch a melancholic movie? Shouldn't you be seeking out happy, upbeat things? For those who've been there, the answer is a surprising no. For someone in a dark place, overwhelming positivity can feel jarring and alienating. It's like a loud, bright light being shone in your eyes when you've been in a dark room. It can even feel like it's mocking your pain. Sad music or movies, on the other hand, feel like a gentle, understanding friend. They don't demand that you feel better. They meet you where you are, creating a sense of emotional congruence. The psychology here is about validation. The art reflects your inner world back at you, making you feel seen and less alone. It's a quiet whisper that says, I get it. You're not crazy for feeling this way. It's the difference between a friend who says cheer up and a friend who just sits with you in silence, acknowledging your pain. It's a form of emotional resonance that is deeply, deeply comforting. Number 6. The frustration with positive vibes only. Well-meaning friends and family often offer advice like, just think positive, or look on the bright side, or you have so much to be grateful for. While the intention is good, this is often the most invalidating thing you can say. It subtly implies that the person is choosing to feel this way and could simply choose to stop if they just tried hard enough. This completely misunderstands the nature of a true mental health struggle. It's not a mindset problem, it's a state of being, often with deep biological and psychological roots. Imagine telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. It's not only unhelpful, it's hurtful. This kind of toxic positivity shuts down the conversation. It forces the struggling person to either pretend to agree, or to defend the validity of their own pain. People who have been through it understand that you can be immensely grateful for the good things in your life and still feel an overwhelming sense of emptiness. The two are not mutually exclusive. True support isn't about fixing the feeling, but about being willing to witness it without judgment. Number 7. The physical pain of an invisible wound. Many are surprised to learn that a deep emotional struggle often manifests as real, physical pain. Unexplained backaches, persistent tension headaches, a constantly upset stomach, and a general feeling of being unwell are incredibly common. It's not all in your head in the way people dismiss it, it's that your head is causing a real, painful reaction in your body. The mind and body are inextricably linked. The same neurotransmitters that regulate mood, like serotonin and norepinephrine, also play a role in signaling pain. When your mental state is dysregulated, your entire system can go haywire. Your body is constantly in a low-grade fight or flight mode, tensing muscles and releasing stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, this chronic stress leads to inflammation and genuine, physical aches. Scientists often call the gut the second brain, and the constant flood of stress hormones can wreak havoc on your digestive system, leading to cramps, nausea, or that constant pit in your stomach feeling. It's your body screaming for help in the only language it knows. Number 8. the guilt of wasting a good day. The sun is shining. You have no obligations. It's a perfect day, the kind you used to love. And yet, you can't get out of bed. You can't bring yourself to enjoy it. And then comes the second wave of pain, the crushing, suffocating guilt. Guilt for wasting a beautiful day. Guilt for not being the person you used to be. Guilt for disappointing others and yourself. This is a cruel paradox. You desperately want to feel better, and on the days when the external world cooperates, your internal world refuses to. The voice in your head starts its attack. See? You can't even be happy when you have every reason to be. You're broken. You're wasting your life. It's like having a beautiful car with a full tank of gas, but the engine won't start. You know you should be able to go somewhere, but you're stuck. People who have been there know this feeling intimately, the war between what you know you should feel and the heavy, immovable reality of what you actually feel. It creates a painful cycle of hope and disappointment. Number 9. The overwhelming feeling of being a burden. This belief can become a core part of your identity when you're struggling. You start to see yourself as a black cloud in the lives of the people you love. You might withdraw from social events, not because you don't want to see your friends, but because you believe your presence will only bring them down. You stop reaching out for help because you're convinced you've already taken up too much emotional space. This is a cognitive distortion, a trick your mind plays on you, but it feels completely real. Imagine your friend invites you out. Your first thought isn't, "Will I have fun?" It's, "I'll probably be quiet and awkward, and that will ruin their night. It's better for them if I just say I'm busy." You start calculating the cost of your existence on others. The logic becomes, if I disappear or withdraw, everyone else's life will be easier and brighter. It's a painful, isolating lie that your struggle tells you. The truth is, the people who love you want to be there for you, but this feeling makes it almost impossible to let them in. And finally, the one that changes everything. Number 10. The disconnect from your own life. This is perhaps the strangest and most unsettling experience of all. It's a feeling of being detached from yourself and reality. You might feel like you're watching your life as a movie, with you as the main character, but you're not in control. Your hands, when you look at them, don't feel like your own. Your reflection in the mirror looks like a stranger. Sounds seem muffled, as if you're underwater. In psychology, this is related to concepts like depersonalization and derealization, a defense mechanism where the mind detaches from reality to protect itself from overwhelming emotional pain. It's like your brain's ultimate circuit breaker has been tripped. Your consciousness has taken a step back to avoid the full impact of the suffering. You're physically present, but mentally and emotionally, you're a million miles away. You go through the motions eating, talking, working, but the part of you that experiences life is offline. People who have experienced this understand that the opposite of happiness isn't sadness, it's emptiness. It's this profound, hollowed-out disconnect that is the true, secret face of a deep internal battle. Understanding these truths doesn't magically fix the problem, but it builds a powerful bridge of empathy. It helps us be kinder to others and, just as importantly, kinder to ourselves when we're the ones lost in the fog. These experiences are not signs of weakness, they are the battle scars from a war fought in silence, evidence of a fight being fought. And surviving that war, even just one more day, is a form of strength most people will never have to comprehend. Remember, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. If you're struggling, please reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or a professional. Now, I want to hear from you. For those who feel comfortable sharing, which one of these points resonated with you the most? Your story might be the one someone else needs to read in the comments today to feel a little less alone. Let's create a space of understanding together.